So good morning student. Again we will here to continue our inverter lecture series. So now we will study single phase full bridge inverter topology. So in next lectures or in previous lectures we will cover our half bridge topology with various loads. Now we will see the full bridge topology of this inverter configuration. So see, in half bridge topology we will use two thyristor switches as well as two diodes. Now we will extend this part in we can say that it is just doubled here. So there are four thyristors and four diodes are there because we will have to form the bridge structure. So four thyristors and four diodes are needed in case of full bridge structure, and load it will be connected to the points A and B. And again supply voltage polarity is divided into two parts, VDC by 2 and VDC by 2. And now we will see the concept of pole voltage and line voltage. So what is the pole voltage? As we know, A and B are the output load terminals, and if we want to calculate, this is the leg, this is the entire leg, this is the one leg and this is the other leg. So the load is connected in these two legs, and in the first leg there is an upper switch as well as a lower switch, and in this case of this second one leg, it has also the switching devices which is in the upper half as well as in the lower half. So what is the pole voltage? Pole voltage is the voltage between the point A and O. So A is the point where the output load terminals are taken, and for this point to point O, which is the virtual neutral point, because it divides the supply voltage into two parts. It is a neutral point. So if you want to calculate this voltage of point A with respect to O, then it is a pole voltage, or we can say that the voltage of the point A, which is the output terminals of this leg, and with respect to this midpoint of the supply voltage or DC bus voltage, then it is called as a pole voltage. So it is a VA0 because we want to calculate VAO, which is the voltage of A with respect to O, and in case of B it is a B with respect to this O point. What is a line voltage? So line voltage is basically a in between these 2 points A and B. So it is denoted by subtraction of VA naught minus VB naught. If we subtract this two pole voltage VA0 and VB0, we will obtain the line voltage, and we will already know that in case we want to calculate the line voltage, we will subtract the phase voltages. So above voltages are acting as a phase voltage, so we'll subtract this phase voltage to obtain the line voltage VAB. This is a switching logic table. So in half bridge configuration, there are two thyristor switches are there, T1 T2 and two diodes D1 D2. But in case four thyristors and four diodes are there, so we will have to apply a closed path here. So at a time two thyristors are conducting and two diodes are conducting for the conduction of the current through our input terminals to load through output terminal again to input terminal. So two thyristors at a time are conducting. So if thyristor T1 T2 are on, then see, if the thyristor T1 T2 are on, then current will be flowing like this. This is the path of current which is flowing. So in this case we will mark the reference polarity plus here and minus here, but in the case of half bridge we will write it to be opposite, and current polarity is also reversed here. So because as the diode thyristors are conducting, the reference polarity should be plus here and minus should be here, and current will be flowing like this. So we will mark plus minus V0 and I0 as shown in the figure. So in this case both the voltage and currents are positive because we will the reference polarity which are same as for T1 and T2. And for diode D1 D2, what is the path for the current to flow? So as we all know, diodes are allow current to flow from anode to cathode. So if the diode D1 and D2 are conducting, then the current will be flowing like this. So in case of diode D1 D2, current have the path like this. So this is the path of current flowing for D1 D2. So current will be flowing opposite to this reference current I naught. So in case of D1 D2, I naught less than 0 but V naught positive. Why V naught positive? Because plus of this supply is connected to plus of the input voltage and minus of this load voltage is connected to a supply negative. So it is a positive one. So V naught greater than 0, I naught greater than 0. Similarly for T3 T4, so for T3 T4, V naught less than 0, I naught also less than 0. In case of diodes, V naught less than 0, I naught, that is same as in the case of half bridge, but T1 T2 are there, D1 D2 are there, T3 T4 are there, and D3 D4 are there. So in case of thyristors, power is positive as the load receives the energy from the source, and in case of diodes, it will be releasing the energy, so power will be negative. So now we will draw the voltage waveform for this pole voltage and the line voltages. So VA naught, the pole voltage. How we calculate the pole voltage? So if you want to calculate the pole voltage, then it is a point voltage of point A with respect to O. If we write the KVL equation in this path, so VDC by 2 minus VA naught equals to 0. Then VA naught equals to plus VDC by 2. And in case of we want to calculate VBO, then apply the KVL. So in the lower half, we will apply the KVL from this negative for this middle one, bottom one supply VDC by 2. Then it is VDC by 2 minus V minus OB minus VOB equals to 0. So VOB equals to minus VBO. So if you calculate the VBO, then it is C, right? The equation VDC by 2 VDC by 2, apply the KVL in the path up to point B. So VDC by 2 minus VOB equals to 0. And what is the VOB? VOB is the negative of VBO. So we put the VOB equals to minus VBO, then plus will be there. So VBO equals to minus VDC by 2. So in the waveform for 0 to T by 2, it is plus VDC by 2. But in case of VBO, it is minus VDC by 2. So we will draw the waveform for the negative part minus VDC by 2. In case of VBO, it is a pole voltage. And similarly, after T by 2, it minus VDC by 2, but it is plus VDC by 2 here. So in this way, conduction of the devices are there, and according to which the voltage waveforms are drawn. So as above, we will see that the line voltage can be obtained by subtracting these two pole voltages. So if we subtract this pole voltages, then it is 0 to T by 2, it is plus VDC by 2, and it is minus VDC by 2. If we subtract both, then VDC by 2 minus of this minus VDC by 2, then it is equals to VDC will be there for 0 T by 2. And similarly, if we subtract this minus VDC by 2 from this plus VDC by 2, then it will be equal to minus VDC. So it is a line voltage for this full bridge topology. Now we'll see the Fourier analysis of this voltage waveform. So if you want to see the Fourier analysis, then this pole voltage has the Fourier series which is same as the half bridge. Why? Because the voltage waveform is same and it has a magnitude of plus VDC by 2. So the Fourier series for this pole voltages are same as the half bridge case. So it is written as n equals to 135 to infinite 2 VDC divided by n pi sine n omega naught t. And for series for this VBO, summation n equals to 135 to VDC divided by n pi sine n omega naught t minus pi. Why will write the pi? Because it is just an inverted one. VBO is just the inverted waveform of this VAO, or we can say it is shifted by a pi. So we will write the minus pi in the Fourier series expression of this VBO, which is the pole voltage. So, but in case of line voltage, which is the output voltage, so what is the Fourier series of line voltage? It is just doubled because output voltage is VDC plus VDC and minus VDC. So it is VDC which is just doubled of this VDC by 2. So in Fourier series, in case of 2 VDC, we will write the 4 VDC divided by n pi sine n omega naught t. And now we calculate the RMS value of this output voltage. So RMS value will be equal to VDC. Guess how we will calculate the VDC? Simply square this voltage. If we square this minus VDC, then it comes into upper part. So it is a full waveform 0 to in between 0 to t, which has the magnitude of VDC. So if we will square this VDC, then it is VDC square and take the root. So output RMS equals to VDC. But in case of half bridge, we will see that it is a VDC by 2. But in case of full bridge, the output RMS equals to full DC input voltage. And if you want to calculate the fundamental RMS, then simply divide this 4 VDC divided by n by putting n equals to 1 and dividing by root 2, because we want to calculate the RMS. So it is maximum divided by root 2. So 4 VDC divided by n equals to 1 pi divided by root 2. So it is equals to 2 root 2 divided by pi into VDC. Z equals to fundamental RMS upon overall RMS. So G is the distortion factor, which shows the nature of this output voltage towards the sinusoidal one. So distortion factor denotes the how the waveform is closer to a sine wave. So fundamental RMS upon overall RMS. So fundamental RMS we will calculate about 2 root 2 divided by pi into VDC. And what is the overall RMS, which is VDC. So if we will divide, it is a calculated to be a 2 root 2 divided by pi. So it is same as in case of half bridge configuration, and THD, which is defined as a total harmonic distortion, which is 1 upon Z square minus 1 root over. So it is equals to 48.34. So it is again same in case of half bridge. So what is the advantage of this full bridge topology? Advantage is there that we will not require 3 wires or 3 conductors, but in case of half bridge 3 supply wires are required. So cost of the conductors are increases, as well as output voltage has the magnitude of plus VDC by 2. But in case of full bridge, output voltage has a magnitude of VDC. So voltage magnitude is higher, so power will be transferred is just doubled in case of full bridge, while in case of half bridge it is VDC by 2. So if we will square VDC by this VDC square, then power will be doubled in comparison to half bridge. So these are the advantage of the full bridge configuration. So in next class we will see this half bridge topology with R load, L load. So thank you for this listening this lecture patiently. We will continue our inverter lecture series. Thank you.